Stop right now, because the moment you accept this is just age, you hand your power away. And if you're over 60, you've probably felt it. A quieter drive, slower response, less stamina, less confidence. Not every day, not always, but enough to make you wonder if the best part of you is slipping away. Most men over 60 don't realize this. The men who stay strong at 70, 75, even 80 aren't living a different life. They're sending a different signal. Every single day. And your body obeys signals more than it obeys wishes. If you do nothing, that signal slowly turns into a shutdown message. You sit more. You move less. You sleep lighter. Stress settles deeper. Blood flow gets less responsive. Confidence takes quiet hits. And the worst part is how normal it starts to feel, until one day you wake up and realize you've been shrinking without noticing. But if you do this right, the opposite can happen. The signal flips. Your body becomes more responsive. Your energy improves. Your mood changes. Your confidence starts returning, not in a fake motivational way, but in a physical, grounded way that makes you feel like you again. This is education, not personal medical advice. Now, listen carefully. People love to blame hormones because it feels simple. It's testosterone. End of story. But performance and stamina after 60 aren't controlled by one switch. They're controlled by a system. Blood flow is delivery, oxygen is delivery, energy is delivery. And your nervous system decides whether your body is calm enough to allow that delivery to happen smoothly. That's why two men can be the same age, eat similar food, even have similar lab numbers, and one feels steady and confident while the other feels anxious and inconsistent. The difference is not just biology. It's the daily environment they've trained inside their body. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your body adapts to what you repeatedly demand from it. If your days are full weeper, mostly sitting, stress, and broken sleep, your body becomes efficient at survival, not strength. It learns to conserve. It tightens. It becomes less responsive. Not because it hates you, because it's protecting you. But when your body is in protection mode, intimate health suffers. Not from weakness, but from tension. And tension is the quiet thief. Stop. Listen carefully. Because in a moment, I'm going to tell you the one habit that makes everything else work faster, yet most men ignore it because it sounds too simple. First, you need to see the traps. These are the mistakes that separate men who stay strong from men who slowly fade. And the scary part is, they don't feel like mistakes. They feel like normal life. The first mistake is waiting until you feel like it. You tell yourself you'll start walking when your energy returns. You'll fix sleep when life calms down. You'll take care of yourself next week. But after 60, your body doesn't reward waiting. It rewards signals. And signals don't care how you feel. Signals care what you do. A man once told me, "My mind still thinks I'm 45, but my body needs proof." That's the point. If you wait for proof before you act, you stay stuck. You need to act to create the proof. When you wait, your confidence becomes fragile because your body feels unpredictable. And once a man starts expecting disappointment, his nervous system tightens even before anything happens. The second mistake is treating intimate health like it's only a nighttime issue. You spend the whole day stressed, sitting, heavy meals, screen glare, shallow sleep. Then at night you expect your body to perform like it's relaxed and refreshed. It doesn't work like that. What you do at 9 a.m. echoes at 9 p.m. Your blood sugar rhythm matters. Your stress chemicals matter. Your breathing matters. Your movement matters. If the whole day trains tension, the night inherits it. Then you start chasing shortcuts, and shortcuts train desperation. Desperation never builds strength. The third mistake is ignoring sleep and calling it normal. Broken sleep is not just tiredness. Broken sleep is a body that never fully repairs. Sleep is when your body resets stress, supports vessel health, and balances your rhythm. When sleep is fragmented, your body runs like a phone stuck on low battery mode, always conserving, always cautious, and a cautious body tightens. That tightness affects circulation and response. Then you blame age, but it's often under recovery wearing an age mask. The fourth mistake is moving sometimes. 2 good days and 5 inactive days is not a plan, it's a leak. Your circulation responds to repetition. Your energy responds to repetition. Your confidence responds to repetition. If movement is random, your body stays unpredictable, and unpredictability feeds anxiety. Anxiety feeds tension. Tension feeds inconsistency. It becomes a cycle that looks like getting old, but is really getting irregular. The fifth mistake is chasing supplements before fixing the foundation. Supplements can support some people, sure, but they can't replace a body that is constantly stressed, underslept, and undermoved. When you chase quick fixes, you risk losing the most important thing: trust in yourself. You try something, it doesn't feel dramatic, you quit. Then you try something else. And each disappointment makes you more convinced you're past the point. That belief becomes heavier than the problem itself. Now, here's the shift. Here's where the strong men separate from the rest, not by being perfect, not by being fearless, not by having zero problems. They simply do one thing consistently that keeps their system awake. Most men think the difference is intensity, hard workouts, extreme diets, pushing harder. But after 60, the difference is often the opposite: consistency with the right trigger without triggering stress. Because your body doesn't just need effort, it needs safety plus demand. Demand without safety becomes tension. Safety without demand becomes shutdown. The strong men get the balance right. Here's the core habit, the daily signal. A brisk walk, done consistently with one crucial detail most men miss. Yes, a walk. And I know your mind might roll its eyes, but don't let simplicity fool you. A brisk walk is not just steps, it's vessel training. It tells your blood vessels to stay responsive. It supports heart efficiency. It improves how your body handles sugar. It reduces stress chemicals. It increases circulation quality over time. And it builds a steady kind of stamina that doesn't feel like hype. It feels like reliability. Reliability creates confidence. Confidence relaxes the nervous system. A relaxed nervous system supports response. That chain matters more than any miracle claim. Now the detail, the twist that flips everything. Most men walk when they're stiff, cold, half awake and tense. They shuffle. They push through discomfort. They train strain. They don't train responsiveness. And then they say, walking didn't do much. But the problem wasn't walking. The problem was timing the body when it was closed. Here's what strong men do differently. They warm the system before they demand from it. 2 minutes, that's it. Before you walk, do 2 minutes of gentle warm-up. March in place. Swing your arms lightly, roll your shoulders, easy knee lifts, not a workout, a wake-up call. You're telling your vessels, open up. You're telling your nervous system, we're safe. Then you walk briskly for 12 to 20 minutes, enough to raise breathing slightly but not enough to feel punished. This trains responsiveness, and responsiveness is the hidden foundation of strong performance later. In a moment, I'll tell you the one timing trick that makes this feel even more powerful, especially if you're someone who wakes up stiff or low energy. Now we stack the supports because the daily walk is the signal, but supports make the signal stick. The first support is a 5-minute evening nervous system reset, because stress after 60 is not just mental, it becomes physical. Tight jaw, tight shoulders, tight stomach, tight breathing, tight vessels. You might not feel stressed, but your body behaves stressed, and a stressed body prioritizes survival over intimacy. So you need a daily moment where your body learns it's safe to relax. Do this for 5 minutes. Inhale 4 seconds, exhale 6 seconds, 10 rounds. That longer exhale is like pulling the handbrake on stress. It tells your system to downshift. Do it after dinner or 30-60 minutes before bed. You're not trying to be spiritual. You're trying to be calm. Calm supports circulation. Calm supports sleep. Calm supports confidence. The second support is simple strength, because strong legs are not just about walking. They're about circulation and energy. Big muscles help your body handle sugar better. Better sugar control supports vessels. Better vessels support better blood flow response. You don't need a gym. You need consistency. 3 or 4 days a week, do a simple home routine. Sit to stand from a chair for 10 reps. Wall push-ups for 10 reps. Calf raises for 15 reps, 2 rounds, that's it. And here's what you'll notice first. You'll feel more capable. Capability is confidence. Confidence is relaxation. Relaxation supports response. Again, it's a chain. Strong men protect the chain. The third support is after-meal movement, 5 to 10 minutes of light movement after meals, walking around your house, light steps, anything. Why? Because blood sugar spikes quietly damage circulation over time. Even if you're not diabetic, spikes matter. Less spike equals less vessel stress. Less vessel stress equals better long-term responsiveness. And responsiveness is what you're rebuilding. Now, here's the timing trick I promised you. If mornings feel stiff, don't force the hardest version of the habit. Make the habit easier to win. Your goal is not to suffer. Your goal is to repeat. So if mornings are cold and tight, do your brisk walk later in the day when your body is warmer and more open. Late morning or late afternoon. Warm body equals more responsive vessels. More responsive vessels equals better training effect. Men who stay strong aren't always tougher. They're smarter with timing. They set themselves up to win daily, not occasionally. Stop. Listen carefully. Because the climax isn't about walking, breathing, or strength. The climax is about identity. Men who stay strong at 70 plus don't just have habits, they have a message they repeat with actions. I'm still in the game. And your body follows the story you live most often. If you treat yourself like you're finished, your body starts behaving like it's finished. If you treat yourself like you still matter, your system often responds in surprising ways. Not instantly, not magically, but steadily. And steady is the most underrated power in your 60s and 70s. Here's the part nobody wants to hear, but it can save you. Your confidence doesn't return after the perfect night. Your confidence returns after repeated proof that your body is improving. Proof is created by daily signals. That's why the men who stay strong look different. They're not just physically different. They carry themselves differently because they've trained reliability into their system. They trust their bodies again. And a man who trusts his body stops bracing for failure. Now, do this the right way. Don't try to change everything at once. That's how men burn out and quit. Pick one habit today and make it non-negotiable for 14 days. Not intense, not dramatic, just consistent. A 2-minute warm-up and a 12 to 20-minute brisk walk. That's your core. Add the 5-minute breathing reset at night if you can. If you can't, start with the walk. You're building the signal first, and I need to say this clearly for your safety. If you have sudden changes, pain, chest symptoms, diabetes complications, heart disease, or you're on medications for blood pressure or circulation, talk to your doctor before making big changes. Safety first, always. Now let me leave you with something that hits deeper than tips. You're not weak for noticing change. You're not broken for needing a different approach. You're not done because you're over 60. You're simply in a new phase where your body demands clearer signals. And once you give it those signals consistently, it often responds with more life than you expected. So here's your final push. And I want it to feel personal. You don't need luck. You need repetition. You don't need shame. You need a system. You don't need a miracle. You need a daily signal that tells your body, open, respond, recover. Start today. Because the strongest men at 70 plus didn't start when they felt ready. They started when they realized waiting was the real danger. If you want the next video, I'll show you the 7 daily habits men over 60 do without realizing they weaken blood flow and confidence, and the simple swaps that bring strength back. Watch that next, because the third habit is the one most men defend, and it's quietly stealing their best years.